For more updates, log on to thearabianstories.com, where news comes first.
It's not about the quantity, but it's about the quality of the news. That's why I always read the Arabian Stories.
Within you is the power to rise above any situation or struggle and transform into the brightest, strongest version of you ever. Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Avenir 2021, a global virtual career guidance program launched by Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir under the aegis of the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Amman. On behalf of Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir, I, Zeba Khalifatullah of Class 9 from ISWK, take the proud privilege of expressing our profound gratitude to His Majesty Haitham bin Tariq Al-Said for the unstinting and noble benevolence showered on the Indian expatriates in the Sultanate of Oman.
And as the Sultanate gears up and plans for Oman Vision 2040, may we all join hands in ensuring its glorious success. Oman Vision 2040 is the Sultanate's gateway to overcome challenges, keep pace with regional and global changes, generate and seize opportunities to foster economic competitiveness and social well-being, stimulate growth, and build confidence in all economic, social, and developmental relations nationwide. We see programs like Avenir 2021 playing a crucial role in the fulfillment of this vision by guiding and shaping the future of the youth. It is for the very first time that we go global, which would bring the global student community under one canopy through Avenir 2021, where students converge not only from the local Indian schools in the Sultanate of Oman, but also from the other school boards across the globe.
It gives me immense pleasure to welcome the Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, Dr. Shivakumar Manikam, Mr. N.P. Vinobha, Senior Principal and Education Advisor, BOD, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman. We wholeheartedly welcome dignitaries from the Ministry of Education, acclaimed officials from the CBSE, distinguished guests from the Indian Embassy. A cordial and courteous welcome to all the esteemed members of the Board of Directors of various participating schools across the globe. A hearty welcome to Mr. Alkesh Joshi, the President of ISWK Management Committee and other respectable members of the School Management Committee. A heartfelt welcome to principals, vice principals, assistant vice principals, HODs, coordinators, supervisors, and the entire teaching fraternity across the globe. I am extremely delighted to welcome students from all over the world, parents, invitees, and all our well-wishers.
I, Priyadarshini Chukrani of grade 8, warmly welcome everyone present here virtually with us for this session on day 2 of Avenir 2021, which is set to be a 9-day global career guidance program. Each day, we have a special theme with a special connotation. Today's theme is the yellow sapphire, which represents naturalist intelligence. It signifies a close connection with nature and the ability to recognize and categorize objects in nature. The youth with this intelligence know how to apply scientific theories to life. This year, Indian School Al Wadi Al Kabir is the proud torchbearer of this mega event under the auspices of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools and the Sultanate of Oman. We cordially welcome distinguished members of the business community and members of the education cell. Thank you one and all for your gracious presence here this morning.
Dear audience, you're requested to fill in the feedback form which will be posted in the description box towards the end of this session. Filling this form is necessary as it would fetch you a participation certificate. Attendees, you're requested to post your queries in the chat box. It will be addressed by our distinguished guest during the Q&A session. With immense joy and great pride, I would now like to introduce our acclaimed speaker for this morning. She is a person who hardly needs an introduction. She has worked in numerous capacities and is one of the most celebrated dignitaries. She is a woman of prudence who has made her dreams real with her perseverance and commitment. She is a motivation and a role model for the youth of today. A woman of dedicated actions, the services and contributions have ignited change in the mindsets of people. A very special welcome to our chief guest, Ms.Laila Abdullah Al-Hadhrami, who truly has set a benchmark by multi-hyphenated achievements. She's an innovator and a navigator of the flagship of knowledge. She is a dreamer. Ms.Laila is currently Smart City Developments Manager in National Energy Center with more than 15 years of experience. Ma'am is leading national projects in digital transformation and smart cities. She has worked closely with different UN global organizations, and she has done a fellowship research with the UNU e-government. She is also a global speaker and has participated in more than 100 events. She is leading various national projects in Oman, like Oman Smart Cities Project, Government Innovation and Emerging Technologies in Oman, and other projects related to digital transformation and smart cities. Ma'am is also the founder of Smart City Ambassadors and Smart Oman. She has experience and credentials in government innovation, change management, user experience, reprocess engineering, business analysis, project management, and knowledge management. Ma'am has been awarded Oman's Women Leader in 2021 by World Women Leadership Congress and also Oman Women Award of the Year 2020 in Innovation and Technology. Don't be afraid. Be focused, be determined, be hopeful, and be empowered. Be a dreamer. Without any further ado, let's welcome Ms.Laila Abdullah Al-Hadhrami. This virtual platform is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you so much, and it's really my honor to be among all of you, such talented speakers, young speakers. So it's really my pleasure to be among all of you. So I shall start sharing my presentation with you. It's a very short presentation, so hopefully you're gonna like it. It's one of my favorites. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Okay, I chose this title because they told me it is for young generation who are, all of you are going to be good leaders, good empower for others and so on. And this is one of my favorite talk. Why? Because sometimes people are telling you, don't dream. And I'm telling you, keep dreaming. So let me start with you, because I'm sure that each one of you has a dream, what to do, what to be, and where you want to be. In order to start, this is one of the favorite, characters, or let me say personalities, that really inspire me. He's a Martin Luther King, and he was always saying, I have a dream that all of us, we are equal, that all of us, and he's American liberty. So because of that, celebrity, I always say, I have also a dream. I need to achieve all my dreams. I need to represent, for example, the woman today around the world in different global conferences and so on. So each one of you, you should say, I have a dream. Think about your dream. And when it comes to the dreams, you have to say, what are my dreams exactly? You will have definitely childhood dream, you have youth dream as you are now attending, you have career dream, and then you will have future dreams, because we should never stop dreaming. Why? Because if you start dreaming, there will be no progress. You will say, my only dream is just to continue my study. Is that just what you want? My dream is just to get a salary. So if you just, try to dream in a very basic level, you will stay there. But if you are dreaming far away and you are trying to say, that was my childhood, that was my youth dream, and that was my career dream, and then you say, for future, for example, I need, for example, to increase my investment. I need to take my parents to a trip and so on. So you, as a young now, you have to go far away in your dreams, and definitely you will be able to achieve it. So first, my first advice, fight. And when I say fight, don't fight with your brother, your sister at home, with your parents. Fight for your dreams. Say, this is your dream. For example, the new generations, all of them, they say, we need to be YouTubers. We need to use the technology and so on. Sometimes such kind of dreams with the young generation is not acceptable with the old generations. So you have to fight in a way to convince your family, for example. If you want to be a YouTuber, are you going to provide a good content? To be honest with you, there's a lot of YouTubers, but some of them, they have a very bad content. So if you want to be, for example, to achieve something, think about the quality also. I need to be unique. I want to be different. So fight for it and convince, your family what you want to be. The next thing is to fight. First thing, fight for your education, for your passion, and for your career. And when it comes to education, it is the most powerful weapon. And I'm always saying, without education, there's no base. Because you have to continue first your education, then think about your passion. Because I'm sure you are telling your families, and this is, like argument everywhere. I don't want to go for my higher studies. I want to be, for example, a traveler, a biker, a YouTuber. So focus on your passion, but also focus on your education and focus also on your career. These three elements are really very important for all of us, so we can, achieve it as dreams. So fight for these three circles, and always remember it. You need it all: education, passion, and career. So when it comes to the inspiration, because if you are dreaming, I'm sure sometimes we are inspired. For me, when I was, at school, I got inspired by these two ladies. Does anyone know who are these two ladies? They are English writers, Agatha Christie and Jane Austen. Jane Austen is an English literature writer, and Agatha Christie also was one of the mysterious story writers when it comes to the crime and the analysis. So I got inspired by these two writers and said, I want to write like them. I can't read for any, although I'm reading a lot, but these two ladies, I was always dreaming, I want to be like them. Definitely, we get inspiration, but sometimes we cannot reach to the same level, but we are trying at least to improve our skills. So that's what I did. I tried later on to start writing, because that's one of my passions. So I started, for example, when I was at school, to write short stories. And I translated 2 books. Then this year, it is my first written book about my travel days. So I ended up with 3 published books. And one of my, childhood dreams was to travel. So am I achieving that dream nowadays? Yes. I have visited now more than 50 countries. If you also love traveling, you can do it. You can start with a very small amount of money. Traveling is really flexible and it's going to improve your skills and knowledge and so on. So don't stop dreaming. You will do it. Don't say, I don't have money, I don't have the time. You can do everything if you are going to plan very well for it. And one of the other dreams that I have achieved is that I'm also the founder of Oman Traveler. It's an Instagram. It is the first tourism account, and it started with a very basic dream, and now it's becoming bigger. And and as I said, one of my dreams was to be a keynote speaker. Because I said, I love speaking. I really love to talk about what I believe about it, to share the knowledge and so on. And I'm happy today that I have been participating in more than 100 conferences, events, seminars, and also conducting different workshops. So yes, it is not impossible. We can, achieve the passion that we have it as a dream, and to be as a result, as I'm showing it for all of you, as you can see it. And when I say knowledge is power, let me share with you, there was a little girl. She said, Laila, I want to be like you. You are traveling a lot. And I told her, if you want to be like me, you have to continue your study, and you can do it. Because what happened to that girl, and I really felt sorry. As soon as she just, finished school, she said, I'm not interested to go with my higher studies. I don't want to do my bachelor degree. So she thought, if I am free, I can travel and so on. And I told her that's really wrong, because when you are learning, first, you have a very powerful weapon that you carry with you. For example, you have to study English as a second language. It doesn't mean that we have to use English everywhere. Nowadays, the technology can help us to translate and so on. But I told her, if you are going to work, definitely you're going to have money. That money will help you first to help yourself, help your family, help the others, then entertain yourself and achieve your dreams. So it's really very important that to keep always saying that knowledge is the most powerful weapon for all of us if you want to really achieve our dreams. And I got, my English literature from Sultan Qaboos University. And then after, from joining my work, I decided to go with my higher studies, and I got my master's degree in online education from Southern Queensland in Australia, and I got it online. I didn't have the chance to travel, and at that day, they were, saying that the online learning is not does not have value and so on. So I was really fighting, and as I said, keep fighting with what you believe. I was fighting for that, and I was one of the pioneers who got my master's degree online in Oman. And that was, like a big encouragement for all my colleagues who were very close from me. And then people started coming to me so they can know about how can they study online. The good thing about COVID-19, everyone now is studying online. So this is really the good news that what COVID-19 make it happen for all of us. And, I got my master's degree, but I did not stop. I said, I have to keep learning. So I always have a target every year. When I say every year, even now, because whenever, I have like a new year, it means that I have to learn a new knowledge. So I decided to get like new certificates. Some people, they say, why you are not going for your PhD? So I said, the PhD is really good, mostly for the academic who are working the research. But for us who are going to work on the technical areas in the government and so on, we need mostly the professional certificates. So I decided as a Laila to see what is best for me. Some people, the PhD would be better for them based on their work, but for the others, they will go for the professional certificates. So for me as a Laila, I'm keeping my goals every year, one new certificate, one new knowledge to learn about it. So I have been certified in user experience. I got also in project management, change management, and so other certificates. So as I said, keep just learning so you can reach everything. I'm really so much happy today. I'm just, as I said, I'm consulting and leading digital transformations. And now recently I have become associate in smart cities and EGAV UN Youth Fellowship Research in Portugal. So I have achieved most of my dreams because of the knowledge. There is one thing that I also need to share it with all of you: empowerment. Search for a person in your life, in your work, in your school, who can empower you and can be the inspiration for you so you can go in advance, because sometimes you will need the advice of somebody. Try to avoid the negative people and listen to the positive people who are going to empower you. And this person, he's one of the people. He was a great leader. His name was Khalid As-Siyabi. He passed away 2 years ago. And he's the first, he was my first boss 10 years ago when I joined E-Oman project. He was pushing me very hard because, you know, at that time, I wasn't the speaker today talking to you. One day he called me in his office. He said, "Laila, you can do it. Why you are hesitated? Go." So he was, you know, pushing me very hard so I can lead national projects. Until today, you know, his fingerprints is everywhere with everyone who met him. So he's one of the great leaders that I have met and empowered me. And because of that, I keep empowering the others. Everyone, they say, "Why you are doing that?" I said, I get once empowered. So now it's my journey to go and keep others empowered, because everyone can do it. Everyone can be unique and everyone can have a fingerprint in his, you know, community. So my advice to all of you: keep learning and never stop learning. No matter what have you reached, what money you are collecting, just keep learning. And every time I'm just having like a new hobby that I have to learn. Photography, sometimes I say I have to take my diving lessons, and that's what I did recently, and so on. So I keep even the hobbies as a learning. So just keep learning for that. When it comes to achieving, you will definitely achieve. Believe me, all of you, you can achieve and be awarded. So this is some of my awards that I got recently, and this year I got 3 awards. So I'm still not satisfied. I say I have to keep learning and I have to keep achieving, and definitely I will keep dreaming. So my final, you know, talk to you is: write your goals, keep dreaming and being positive. Find your inspiration. As I said, I found my inspiration with some characters, with some personalities. Keep learning every day, every year. Have your own goals to keep learning and keep practicing and make mistakes. Mistakes are improving our, I cannot see because I can't just, okay, keep practicing and then make mistakes. And the most important thing, brand yourself. Because, you know, so many times we are working very hard, but we don't brand ourselves. And when I say brand ourselves, use the social media that you are using today as powerful weapon for you. Don't use it in a very, content that is not related to you. Keep it reflecting what you are. That's all what I can share with you. And I say, keep dreaming. I'm sorry if that I have kept longer with all of you. So this is one of my recent, achievement as becoming the first Arab associate in Smart City with the part of global experts. And thank you so much. And keep flying and dreaming. Back to you.
That was indeed an extraordinary and inspiring session, ma'am. May I now invite our moderator for the session to share with you the questions raised by our valued audience.
Very good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Your speech has given each one of us some food for thought. I too have my takeaways from your motivational words. I would like to ask a few concerns or queries which have been raised by some of valued audience. The first question is, when you said about uniqueness and doing what you want, be honest, quality, and sometimes there is resistance. So our audiences are, one of our valued audience is asking that old generation believe that studying is the best solution. Yes, education is important, but there are other careers too. How do we convince them? And I too agree with him because many a times fighting with our loved ones, it really becomes difficult. So the resistance is there, how to deal with that?
As you say, the resistance are always there, and let me share one story with you. I remember, my brother, when he graduated from school, he went to my father and he said, I don't want to continue my study. He said, I just want to work. And my dad, he told him, okay, you can start working, but what is the salary that you are looking for? Do you want just to get like around 300 to 500 Omani Riyal with your diploma? So my father was fighting. He said, you are under my responsibility, so you have to study. My brother, when he graduated from college and, and he started his first job, he saw some of his friends who graduated from school the same thing. And he saw how are their jobs as like a minor jobs. He said at that time, Dad, thank you so much that you pushed me. Because at that time, I never realized the value of the certificates. And, most of us, when we were adults, we never, get the value why our parents want us to continue our education. And today, when we are becoming successful, now we are going to them and say, thank you so much that you forced us, because we can see now the difference when we see people who are our friends and their jobs are minor than them and their salaries are, behind us and so on. Now we can feel the value of fighting with our parents that just to get educated and so on. You will not understand that value unless you started your job and see the difference between you and the others. I hope that I have answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. That is what our younger audience need to understand. Yeah, we need to strike the balance. Very well said, ma'am. We need to listen to the parents, and at the same time, we need to pursue our dreams. One more question, ma'am. At very young age, your achievements are immense. You have reached the zenith of your career. You have spoken a lot about different challenges and who are your inspiration. But in few words, what is the secret, ma'am?
Well, there is no secret. As I say, the knowledge is powerful because, whenever I'm just learning a new knowledge, I go and share it with everyone. It's like a hobby with me. Whenever I learn something, I go and share it with everyone. Even my friends, they say, why you are sharing everything you have it inside you? You should keep it so it can make you unique. And I told him, no, if I'm going to share that, I'm going to empower others, which really make me happy. So it's about also giving. We have to keep learning and also give. And when I say give, you can, it's because the knowledge is like a charity. Charity is not just with money and, giving valuable things. It's also about sharing the skills that you have learned. For example, some of you, the young generations are very good in, making a good content in videos, podcasts, and so on. So imagine that you are coming and teach me. Sometimes I really feel so much happy when somebody and come and teach me. So anyone can have a skill. He can teach the others. And that's what I'm trying. This is my secret. I keep just learning and I never stop learning. For example, today I got one inquiry, for example, in the social media. Somebody was telling me, we need to have a solution in for weather forecasting because of Shaheen cyclone, we have been get affected. So how can we use the IoT? You know what I did the first thing? I searched first, then I shared that article with my team because I'm following the same strategy with my team. I said, this is our next KPI. Start reading so we can discuss it next time. So it's also like mandatory with my team. They have to learn. For example, I'm setting goals for them. They have attended online courses. Don't say nobody is sending us abroad. There's no excuse. Now we are using the internet. You can learn whatever you want anytime. So because some people, they will just keep complaining, I'm not happy with my school, I'm not happy with my family, I'm not happy with my organization because they are not sending me to that country to learn. No, there is no excuse. You can learn anyway by using the free online tools that we have it today.
Wonderful, ma'am. That's really wonderful. You have given 3 keywords I took. 1, keep learning. 2nd, keep sharing. And 3rd, be motivated and stop grumbling. And these things are really valuable in each one's life. Wonderful. I know that your dream project is Smart City project. So this, I just want to know this from my side. What is your vision for this project regarding Oman? What you are looking forward to?
Okay, this passion started almost like, particularly in 2017. So let me share the story with you, because as I love telling the stories. When I started working in the digital transformation team, I used to hear about smart cities, but when I hear about it, it is similar to everyone. Each one of you, you'll see, what is that smart city? What is that concept? So I was just listening to that phrase as a concept, and that's all, not more interested. But in 2017, I joined Smart City platform, and I was given a responsibility. They said, Laila, we need to increase the awareness about smart cities in Oman. The first person that I went to him to get the advice, how can I manage this project? It was the person that I talked about him in my presentation, the late Khalid Siabi. Because that person, although he was my first boss and he left, but I kept in contact with him. So there's another advice. Even if you get inspired once with your teacher, keep in touch with them. Keep appreciating what they have taught you so far and so on. So I remember that I called him one day and I told him, Khalid, I need your help. I need to come with you so I can learn more from you. Because sometimes for me, I learn quickly from people by listening to them. So he said, okay, Laila, come and I'm going to tell you what is smart cities. So I went and he started explaining to me what is really smart cities. Some people, they will link just smart cities to the technology, but it is beyond that. It is the city that we are living on it, so we can feel sustainable, secure, and happy. And when I say secure and happy, do you, for example, what is your city now? Do you feel that you are really secure in your city? Is it a clean environment? Do you have all the main sectors in your city? So it's not like a fancy story on the moon or in a very far away country. It is our cities that we are living on it. And the concept of smart cities started, almost in the 1990s, when the mega cities around the world, like Tokyo, for example, Shanghai, and some cities in India, because the population in these cities are more than 10 million population. So imagine with this huge population, what will happen? It definitely will have a lot of, challenges in the, for example, pollution, traffic, and that will result, for example, people are not having jobs, people are losing homes, people are not finding even food to eat and so on. So the technology came so we can solve some of this issue. Because if we want to, for example, reduce the pollution, we have to have smart services. So people can request the services from home, not driving their cars for far away, almost like 1 to 2 hours and so on. So that is exactly the concept of smart cities. And we started in 2017 to talk a lot about it, to give a lot about seminars about it and so on. Why? Because we wanted everyone to speak the same language. We wanted everyone in Oman to say, okay, we also want our cities to be smarter, not just the big cities, Muscat, Suhar, and Salala. We wanted everyone to say, I also want my city. And every city is unique. For example, this city is logistic, this city is touristic, this city is political. So each city, they have their own team, how to work on their city, to use the technology, for example, to market for the tourism. It happened, in Nizwa and Al Hamra. It is touristic places in Oman. So they have a very historical buildings. So they said, let us improve the buildings. And then they started using the digital content so they can market for it. Nowadays, they are becoming very popular in Oman and outside Oman as historic, attractions. So this is basically what we mean by smart cities. We will definitely use the technology so it can improve the current challenges that we have in our cities.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving this insight. Now, I would hand over to our esteemed SMC member, Ma'am Shilpa Pawani. Ma'am, over to you if you wish to ask any questions or anything you want to give message.
Thank you so much, Kanchan ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to speak. Ms.Laila, as usual, it is a pleasure to hear from you. You know what I want to talk about or to ask you was we see very few women in technology. So it is such a feeling of pride to have you to have you in technology, to lead Oman into technology and to make Oman a smart city. So I just wanted to know, I would love you to share some information about women in tech in general. And I would love if you could inspire our girls to take up technology and make that their career.
Thank you so much, Shilpa, and it's really a pleasure to meet you again. And you are really one of the beautiful, wonderful women that I have met virtual, and hopefully that we can meet soon face to face. And I want to say about technology, you know, the beauty of technology is that it let us meet a lot of people, connect with them, learn from them. So this is really the good thing about it. As you can see, my background, when I shared it with all of you, it was English literature. And everyone, you know, today when they are coming to me, they are really shocked when they say, what is your background? And I say, English literature. And they say, how comes? And you are now in technology, leading a very huge smart cities. And I say, I never stopped learning. I got the other certificates and so on. So, you know, there was like a passion, what I really want to do and so on. So there's nothing impossible. And as I said, if you want to reach that level and so on, because even today, you know, technology is empowering everyone. And let me also share one story with you that's inspiring for me. It's about my mom. You know, the first time all of us started using the smart mobiles, at that time, Mama, she doesn't even have the mobile. She was refusing. She was resisting. She said, no, I'm fine with the home telephone and that's one. And this is about, you know, like 8 years ago, before, you know, the smartphone started in our lives and so on, or 10 years ago and so on. So what happened? You know, my brother, he said, he brought a gift and he said, Mama, this is for you. So it was like a shock. Okay, this is for you. You have to use it. So she started using it. It was something new for her, new technology and so on. So when it comes to technology, is it impossible for us to use it? No, anyone can use it. So she was asking, although she never continued her education, she just, you know, studied till grade 5th, because she was the eldest of her brothers and her sisters, and she has to help her mama to raise her kids, to raise her brothers and sisters. So, but she loves to read. To me, she's the best doctor in my life as academic. I'm always getting, you know, advice from her, and she's a role model for me. She's always reading the newspaper. She's always reading the articles and so on. So she started learning. She said, I need from you to search for me in Google. Mama, you can write. Why you are not doing it by yourself? Here's Google and here's YouTube. So what happened? She used these two platforms to learn. For example, she learned how to make cheese for us. She learned, for example, about good exercise if you are having back pain, if you're having a flu and so on. So she started getting some tips from this technology. Nowadays, whenever we need something, she'll say, I'm going to search in Google or YouTube. So she's using the technology to protect her family, also to fulfill her passion. So the technology can be used with anyone, and each girl here can be also a good, you know, leader in tech if you just keep learning. So as I said, just find your inspiration and passion and work on it if you really want to succeed. And as we say today, you know, we have to align ourselves with what's happening in the world. Don't say, I want to be in this job and it is no more available. We have to say, what is the future? And as I said, now everyone is speaking about smart cities. I said, okay, Laila, you have to work harder so you can be also there. So this is what I did. I said, let me learn, let me get educated, let me meet people so I can also listen to them and learn from them. And I'm still learning, although I'm becoming like a global consultant, but I'm still learning. I'm still learning even with my team. We should always be humble. We should never see, okay, we are done with knowledge and say, no, we should just keep learning, even if they are, younger than us. We should get that information from them because it will definitely going to help us.
Ms.Laila, you are an inspiration to all the women, to all the girls who want to take up technology. You inspire everyone. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Shilba.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, there is one more question which has come in the chat box, but I think you have already addressed that. Do I need to concentrate only on my studies to be successful, or also on extracurricular activities to help me in future?
That's really a good question. And I'm glad that he asked that question, because I'm always telling that to my team and my friends. Career is not everything. You have to balance between your career, or let me say between your study, because I'm now speaking to the young generation. You have your study and also you have your hobbies, for example. For example, you love playing, or you love reading, love writing. So try to balance. If you are young, try to balance between this, because this is education and this is the passion. And as I said, you will have the passion, you will have the education. For me, for example, I said I love photography. So what I should do, I just bought my camera almost like 5 years ago. So, no, it was almost like 3 years ago. And everyone, they said, why you are buying a camera now? I said, that was one of my dreams. I wanted to be a photographer. I'm not a good photographer, but I'm trying to learn and so on. So then I said, my dream also to get a diving license. So you can see this is not part of my career. So yes, I went and I attended classes so I can get certified in diving. And I did it last year. So yes, do a balance. Don't just concentrate, because some people, for example, the people who love their jobs and so on, they say, especially, the teachers, I need to give you advice also, you the teachers, you are spending a lot of time in school and with your students and go back to your family and you forget yourself. Ask yourself, have I give myself, time to see what I really want, what I really deserve to improve it in myself? So never forget yourself. See what was yours, also your passion, that and you need to improve it. Because if you are not going to do that, you will reach a level that you are going to collapse. You will collapse and just started shouting, crying. Why? Because you concentrated in all the people around you and you forget yourself. So it's very important. Every year, each one of you, write your goals as a career level and as a passion level, what I need to improve in myself at a career level and personal level. And also be close from everyone who loves you and is positive from you. So you can also get, the good lessons from them. So this is really what I can add. Don't just concentrate in your study. Just do the balance, because you will need also the other skills to empower you in your education and your career.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for all your words of motivation and answering all the questions in detail with patience and leaving us with the thought to be a dreamer and pursue our passion. Over to the compares.
Thank you, ma'am, for all your support and guidance given to the large audience by attending to their concerns so patiently.
Thank you to all, and it was really a pleasure to be among all of you, and wish you all that you are going to achieve your dreams. No matter where you are or what is your age, you're gonna do it, inshallah. Just keep learning and keep dreaming and you will achieve everything. So thanks again and wish you a very happy day.
We will now watch a video on Oman Vision 2040.
Live healthy and productive through establishing a well-organized, efficient, and responsive health system based on social values of equity and social justice and thus to have quality care and sustainable health. Oman 2040 vision seeks to provide Omani citizens with social welfare. It as well seeks to construct buildings with modern touch and at the same time preserving the cultural identity of the Sultanate. At the heart of Muscat, work is moving at an accelerated pace to complete the construction of Al Irfan city. Medinat Al Irfan is a product of an existing ambition to establish a new urban center within the Muscat area. Medinat Al Irfan will become the gateway to Oman, creating a new downtown for residents, for business and for visitors. The city will establish an integrated, sustainable and inclusive community catering for different ages, income groups and ethnicities. The investment value at the eastern part of the city reached around 5 billion Omani riyals. Upon completion of the main roads in the Sultanate, the government plans to establish a metro which will connect the main cities in the Sultanate. The Sultanate's future plan is to launch a satellite, which will be used for researches and communications.
As we have come to an end of this session, I reckon it my privilege to propose the vote of thanks. It's my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks. Let me first express a profound gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq for the magnanimous benevolence showered on the Indian community in the Sultanate of Oman. May the Almighty shower abundant blessings on His Majesty and this peaceful and prosperous country of our residents. We extend heartfelt thanks to our eminent speaker, Ms.Laila Abdullah Al-Hadhrami. Thank you, ma'am, for all your words of motivation. This session was truly informative and enriching, and it opened up new vistas in front of us. Our deepest sense of appreciation and gratitude to Dr. Shivakumar Manikam, Chairman, Board of Directors of Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman, and other members of the board. Thank you, sirs and ma'ams, for your encouraging presence and guidance at all times.
Our sincere thanks to Mr. Alkesh Joshi, the President, Inif School Al-Wadi Kabir Management Committee, esteemed member of SMC, Ma'am Shilpa Pawani, and all the distinguished members of the committee for their overwhelming encouragement at all times. I also wish to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to our tower of strength and source of motivation, our principal, Mr. D.N. Rao. I thank honorable principals of all the participating schools in MENA region, vice principals, assistant vice principals, coordinators, supervisors, and the entire teaching community of all the participating schools for their support, guidance, and active involvement. We are indeed grateful to our platinum sponsor, StudyCo, gold sponsors, Jain University, Grey Matters Academy, Vellore Institute of Technology, VIT, and Sri Ramchandra Institute of Higher Education, bronze sponsors, Middle East University College, Thapar University, Dallas Baptist University, and MIT World Peace University, Pune, our digital partner Spectrum, and our media partner, The Arabian Stories, for their exceptional support. I wish to thank each and every student and parent for their valuable presence in making this session a grand success. An event of this kind requires the coordination of a committed team. My earnest and heartfelt thank you to my ISWK team for making Avenir 2021 a tangible reality. Last but not the least, I thank Almighty God for making this session a great success. Thank you all. Let's buckle up for the upcoming session with University of Western Australia, Monash, Australia, Dr. Prabhakar Rao, Jain University, Bangalore, Chef Milan Gupta, Mr. Mikhail de Mello, SM International School of Management, Dr. Saleh Al-Busaidi.
Dear audience, you're reminded to fill in the feedback form which is posted in the description box. Filling this form is necessary as it would fetch you a participation certificate. Signing off for the day are your hosts, Pia and Seba. Take care and have a wonderful day ahead.